Hey everyone from Atlanta Airport, and this is going to be a short live stream, about maybe 25 minutes, but I said I'd try one earlier, and that's what I'm doing. So the news is that San Francisco 49ers linebacker is now former linebacker Navarro Bowman, and he's looking for a team. The reasons for his departure are that he asked to be released at his own request. He just wasn't happy with the 49ers. Figured it has to do with the head coach, because the head coach runs the team other than the general manager, right? So, but nonetheless, there's clearly a problem there, and details aside, he wanted to walk, and Mr. Santos, John Santos, says they should get Carlos Hyde too. It's a good idea. But who would you replace Carlos Hyde to back up Marshawn Lynch? How do you square that circle? Because to me, Marshawn Lynch has not been made really the feature back, like giving him the ball like 20 times a game, right? So I'm curious, how do you deal with that? So that's the question. If you're wondering where I'm at, again, I'm at gate T13. If you happen to be at Atlanta Airport, take a look. Great United Airlines gate agents here. We board in a few minutes. And hey, Ivan, how are you doing? And by the way, as I said the other night, the Coliseum will be used for the game. They are not going to use it. They're not going to go to Levi Stadium. So that is out of the picture. That is out of the picture. And Joseph says, 49ers.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, gate here for flight number 313, service into San Francisco. If you're not aware, at this time we're delayed until approximately 9:28 p.m. We'll begin boarding right around 8:45, so another 30 minutes. If you step away from the gate area, we do ask you to please return by that time. At this time, we're scheduled to arrive into San Fran right around 11:40 p.m. The reason for the delay is because of all the smog due to the fires. So they slowed down air traffic due to visibility in San Francisco. If you have any questions, my name is Jackie. Feel free to see me here at gate T13. Thank you.
So officially, it's the fire. At first, it was late arriving. They had late arriving aircraft as their stated reason, but now it's related to the wildfires. And it's really weird to me that out here you get very little media coverage about what's going on back there, although it's obviously quite bad. And I even wrote a CNN producer, "Hey Richard, how you doing? I can now see that you're on." "Yep, coming back to the Bay for a little bit." And yes, I'm coming back to the Bay. How bad is it there? I hear I see the photographs and everything. And am I headed to the game Sunday? I'm not sure. It's really bad? Really? I may. Get a mask. Get a mask. I am, as I said last night, I'm credentialed for the NFL Fall League meeting to cover that in New York, so I'm going to spend time getting ready for that. Richard Hike says the air is not all bad, but not that bad. I've been out in the air for all week. Yeah, and you live to tell about it. Hey, and thanks again for doing that live stream, because one of the things that you're out doing was the Oakland A's live. All right, it says that I'm live. All right, now I'm live. Sorry about that. A little strange there. Yeah, I had to take the call. When your mom calls, you take the call, live stream or no. That's the way it goes. So, I had to make sure she got home. Really. Absolutely, Richard. And again, Richard, as I was saying, thank you very much for the live stream of the A's event. And what'd you think about the Peralta meeting? I should actually arrange an interview with you for that. As far as my schedule, I may come to the game. It depends. I'd like to actually do a video at the game and give everybody a picture of what the game is like with the conditions, but everybody's saying it's bad. Wow, that's sad. That's sad. And again, as I was saying, the media out here and everywhere, I wrote an email to one of the CNN producers because I couldn't understand why they were just ignoring this. You know, the whole Harvey Weinstein thing got more play than the wine country fire. That's strange to me, you know. I don't get that. I mean, you just have to have salacious stuff, you know, sex or whatever. I don't know. Whatever, it was bad. And Richard says you weren't able to stick around. For those of you watching video on demand, Richard covered the Oakland Athletics meeting at Peralta Community College Board headquarters. He says he wasn't able to stick around for the meeting. He heard the anti-stadium people were out of order. Oh, actually, Richard, I have the video online. It's at zenny62.com. It's also on my new blog, oaklandnews.com. It's on. It's even on my Las Vegas blog. So yeah, it's out there. I found it. And I thought, oh, looky here. I put it up there. So in fact, it was Bousman that turned me on to its existence, and it sent me the link from YouTube. So that's how I put it up. So yeah, very cool. So it's up there. And so what do you think about Navarro Bowman? I think the Raiders should get Navarro Bowman. That's the whole point. Oh, I have another announcement to make too. I'm trying to nail down as a guest the gentleman that got into the issue, if you will. You can't call it a skirmish because nothing like that happened. But the gentleman Sal who got in the incident with Oakland Raiders offensive tackle Donald Penn. I'm trying to get him on. So I reached out to him first. He reached back via Instagram. So we'll work out something. And Eric Young asked, what are the Raiders waiting for? I don't know, Eric. I don't quite know what's going on managerially with that organization. I just don't. I think it has something to do with budget, but I'm not certain. You know, there's moves that you think they should be making, and they don't make them. You know, so why that is, I don't know. I have no idea. If you don't know, as I said before, I have been credentialed for the NFL Fall League meeting Tuesday and Wednesday. Looking forward to that, and promises to be, all things considered, an interesting time. Ray Hack says that talking about Navarro Bowman's knees being shot. Let me see what the chatter is about Bowman and where he might go. Hold on a second. Let's see here. Maybe it's on Twitter. Maybe somebody's talked about it on Twitter. And Ivan says, could Sean Smith cut? Sean Smith cut? Okay. Bernard sign him simple. We're thin at linebacker. All right, hold on a second. Navarro Bowman. All right. Report. 49ers shopping Navarro Bowman. And let's see if Navarro Bowman actually tweets that out himself. Nope. This is his, wait a minute. The only tweet he has is with he and Frank Gore. See, take a look at this. This is the only tweet that I've seen. Watch. Okay. So whatever the issue, he hasn't changed his Twitter account yet. Hey Bernard, how are you? Good to have you here. And let's see here. Navarro Bowman is this. I'm looking at some of the tweets about. Let me see this report. I'm trying to find a. Oh, let's see what the Mercury News here says. Oh, it's nothing that I haven't heard. I heard it was per his request. I heard this on ESPN. And Richard Hike says, especially weak in the middle, compliment. Okay. And see here. General Manager John Lynch and Coach Kyle Shanahan explained the 49ers' decision to release linebacker Navarro Bowman on Friday and today. And so they, let's see here. Oh, you know what? He didn't like being substituted. So it's a game plan issue. Apparently he was substituted out. And it says, apparently they have not finished trying to work out a trade, but apparently they have one in mind. It says, we thought we had something pretty good, we did, and it really didn't work out the best we wanted. So and he said he didn't like being subbed out in favor of Brock Hoyle is what it was. And some people don't like the sub defenses. That's what it is. And that's what it is. Let me see what the scouting report on Bowman comes up, because he's 29. He's not 31 or 32. He has been a signature linebacker of the 49ers, particularly during their Super Bowl run. And I'm trying to read what the latest scouting report is. Let's see here. NFL.com described him as an average-sized linebacker with good athleticism. Who the heck wrote this? Oh, that's what they described him as. Let's see what it is. I mean, I remember when the Niners picked him, everyone was raving about his heart, his ability to stop the run, his speed. Now he's average. Yeah, some people are just ridiculous. Eric Young says, when can we finally inform mainstream media about what we know about the Raiders in Las Vegas? No, well, you don't. Eric, this is what you do. Forget them. Just listen to me. I mean, look, you have to remember, I'm credentialed by the league too, right? So I don't want them to listen. Just, you know what you do is this. Every time you hear something about Vegas on somebody else's thing, just tell them that they should talk to me, because they know that I'm right, you know that I'm right, and of course I know that I'm right. Hey Barry Lee, yes, I'm flying back. Bernard says, man, the 49ers linebacker crop in the Harbaugh area was mean. Yeah, you had Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman, Smith, and Brooks, Ahmad Brooks. Yeah, they were great. And I think I hated a 3-4, but they pulled it off, right? And so Eric says, just ignore them, right? Well, no, Eric, don't ignore them. Do the difference. Pester them with the idea that they should talk to me. That will really annoy them. Do that particularly with the usual suspects, okay? They always tout the corporate bottom line, the corporate line, you know what I mean? The garbage that you're talking about. Do that for me. So, because I've got a blockbuster question I'm going to ask at the league meeting. Yes, among others, Eric, among others, absolutely. I'm trying to find out what the rumor is as far as Navarro Bowman and where he might go. Hold on a second. The latest is someone wants the Falcons to get him. There's everyone's saying, I heard that on the way to the airport. A number of people want the Falcons to get Navarro Bowman. A number of people. And then someone else mentioned the Patriots. And I think we should. This is what I'm gonna do on Navarro's Twitter account right now. Watch this, folks. Okay, so I'm about to tweet that out. It says, "Hey, the N Bowman, you are Oakland Raiders LB for linebacker. Should be." So there it is. So yeah, someone's got to speak up for the Raiders getting Navarro Bowman, right? Might as well be me. Might as well be me. Barry Lee says, speaking of California, Zenny, do you know how the fire started? Yeah, there is a story going around that PG&E, a couple of PG&E power poles that fell down during the windstorm, and that now the CPUC is telling PG&E employees to save all the information and data associated with their work during the windstorms, because they believe that was the cost of it. If that's the case, PG&E, just like the San Bruno fire, is in for a mess of trouble. They had to pay out a lot of money. I think, yeah. So that's what exactly. Eric Young says, "Done deal." So when I gleefully tell them that Las Vegas is dead, naturally they're going to challenge that by asking where I get my info. No, actually they're not going to ask. Just tell them I said it. They're not going to ask. Then just tell them I said it. Okay? Just use my name. And tell them, and ask them how to do math. Like stadium financing math. Okay? Of course the answer is always either no or they say nothing, right? So there you go. So yeah, but you've got the right idea. Thank you. You've got the right idea, Eric. I like that. So we are supposed to board. Oh, it's 8:35. Sorry about that. I thought it was 9:35. It's not. It's 8:35. Still got time. So anyway. Hey Eric, I appreciate that. You even do it on Twitter too. Let's see what other news. Oh, by the way, as you know, the game. And Eric, yeah, people do need to know the truth, but that's what I'm going to ask the commissioner about in New York, because the Vegas deal is about, not including the relocation fee, about $600 million in the hole already, right? So you're looking at a $2 billion. $500 million project, not $1.9 billion. Okay, and hey John, I'm okay. I'm just always worried about my mom, but yeah. Dank Max says we need Navarro. Imagine Navarro, Bruce, and don't forget Khalid, Mac. Right? You said Mac, right? Yeah, Navarro Bowman and Khalil Mack. What a combination! Oh boy. Alessandro da Silva, how you doing? Yeah, that would spell Super Bowl right there. I like it. Sorry about that. I like that idea. Sorry about that. So Richard Hike says, I was thinking of Aldon Smith today. He did drop off the face of the earth. Let me see something. Let's see if he's still active on a. Let's see if he's still active. Hold on a second. Aldon Smith. Well, have a look at this. Have a look at this. This is the last time Aldon Smith has tweeted. He hasn't tweeted much at all. Take a look at this, folks. See that? That's 17 November 2016. Right? See that? So, he's trying to stay invisible. Or something. Let's see what, of course you guys saw my interview with him from the draft, right? Well, let's see what's going on here. Aldon Smith. Yeah. Everyone's remembering Aldon Smith as if he passed on. And, someone had an interesting idea here on Twitter. If Navarro comes to Oakland, could he possibly help, Aldon Smith come back? That's an idea. Now, Bernard says Alden Smith is done. And Eric Young, yeah, just tell them to go to Zenny 62. That's right. And Richard says maybe he'll be a point of topic at the next NFL meeting. Maybe he's learned his lesson about social media. I can ask around, you know. And I don't know that he's done. You know, I think there's always a second and a third chance for everybody in life. So I would never say he's done. John Mark says Las Vegas is financially bad news for the Raiders. You know what? Brian Sandoval made a comment regarding the Raiders project that I thought was quite interesting. So I'm going to get that and recite it to you. Reverend or Sandoval. Governor Sandoval, Raiders. Hold on a second. News. And, okay, about the temper flaring. There's a lot of... Oh, by the way, no additional coverage. All right, hold on a second. I have to find it. It had to do with... basically, the governor of Navarro was using qualifiers in describing the stadium project, like if, maybe, that sort of thing. It wasn't definite at all. It wasn't definite. Dark Max says Navarro is a veteran player who could read offensive plays, would help, and other linebackers. Yep. Hey folks, we're about to get on the flight here, so I gotta go get on this flight. So see, they're lining up over there. They're lining up. So I will. Yeah, the Vegas deal is a disaster. I will tune in on Sunday. Like I said, I'm trying to get Sal, who got the incident with our offensive tackle, the other day, trying to get him on, and so to come on to our program. All right, so Donald Penn. So I'm trying to. We reached out to each other on Instagram. He agreed to come on the show. It's just a matter of firming it up. We may meet at the Plank in Jack London Square. Okay, we may meet at the Plank. All right. So, all right. So, yes, I'm going back. So, anyway, I got to get on the flight back here. We're lining up. I'll see everybody. Okay. I'll see you guys. See you. Thank you. See you guys. See you, everybody. See ya.
Atlanta, Georgia, and in the Eastern Time Zone. Please check the monitor for the current local time.
Hey, peace. See you guys. See ya. See ya. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, see ya. See ya.